The Mongols did it. Yes, they did. They did it twice now. It is awesome day today. It is. It's an awesome day today. I know this happened on Friday. I had to cover some other stuff Monday and Tuesday, but the Mongols now have a ruling from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that they can keep their patch. The government cannot take it away from them. Now, this is the Ninth Circuit of Appeals, and we don't know yet what the government's going to do. But what I do know is they won twice now, with the government trying to take away their patch. And this is a win for all motorcycle clubs. Everyone out there, because the consequences that could have came from the government being able to take your patch, your trademark, would have been affecting everybody. That's why this was so important for the Mongols to win. I don't care what side of the spectrum you're on, who you support, any of that stuff. But there were a lot of clubs that didn't get along with the Mongols that helped out on this venture, because they knew that it could also affect them. And we've been covering this from when it started, and to have a conclusion from the Ninth Circuit of Appeals, it's just an awesome thing. Plus, it don't hurt that the Mongols beat them twice in court now. They might have lost the RICO conviction, but they were able to keep their patches. Now, this is awesome right here. The Mongol Nation Motorcycle Club can keep their trademark logo, and it goes on to say, typically worn on jackets and vests by members, thanks to the Ninth Circuit ruling handed down on Friday to past Friday. But the three-judge panel also declined to overturn the 2018 criminal conviction of the organization on federal racketeering charges. We all knew that wasn't going to happen, where the Ninth Circuit wasn't going to overturn it. The Mongols had a real high mountain to climb in order for that to happen. Their motion to vacate that we've been covering last year, they had basically no chance at a new trial because all the new stuff that came out, and even judge said that. He said they would not be able to prevail at a new trial. That was the actual ruling on that case. And we can go down through a rabbit hole with the other stuff with the other dude, but you know what? This is the ultimate outcome that we all wanted to see. Again, I don't know if the government will appeal it to the Supreme Court. I kind of have a hunch they might, because there isn't any case law on this type of stuff. Thing is, if it goes to the Supreme Court, I know you probably have 4 judges that are going to side with the government on that. That's Gorsuch, Amy Coney Barrett, Clarence Thomas, Alito's probably going to do it, and I don't know about Kavanaugh, so it could come down bad, but we don't know. That's if they take it to that step, and if the Supreme Court actually takes the case on, if that's what the government's going to do. Now, in a written statement, you gotta love Stubbs here. Stephen Stubbs, Bowtie, the Mongols' general counsel, called the ruling a victory not only for the Mongols Motorcycle Club, but for all motorcycle clubs, freedom, and America as a whole. You can actually see what kind of disastrous causes and effects that could have came out of a ruling like this. For example, and this might be, separate from this issue, you have the government trying to censor people. It's coming out through the Twitter files, trying to make it go their way where the people are ignorant. Now, put that in the sphere of trying to take a trademark away because you don't like who the people are. Now you have all types of organizations coming under fire with the same thing that they'd use against the Mongols. Meaning, well, we'll just take your trademark if we don't like you. So it can be used as a political weapon by those that have the power. We, the people, are supposed to have the power in this country, and the problem is we let it go. But there is a certain segment of the population that won't back down, and MCs being one of them. MCs don't kowtow to a government type of narrative, and that's why they're not liked. If they can't have power over you, they don't like you, and then they'll do what they can to tear you down. And Stubbs was right. Freedom. This was a basic First Amendment issue. You can associate with whoever you want in this country. And people forget that. Now, you'll have Leo supporters out there crying and whining about this. There's a gang. They shouldn't get protections. Then you're not freedom loving if you don't, you know what? In this country, even though if you don't agree with somebody, they still have a right to their opinion and what they do. Goes on, the government effectively sought an order seizing and extinguishing the Mongols' right to exclusive use of its marks without the government itself ever seizing title to the marks. This was wrote by one of the judges, and that RICO provides no mechanism for forfeiture without a transfer of title to the government. And I would have to say that is a lot of lawyer jargon, if you will, because I don't know what the hell that means. I don't know if the title of the trademark has to be forfeited or if the government buys it. Who knows? One thing I do know is that this is a good day for everybody. Not just for the Mongols. And hopefully people can get rid of their hate for one club or another and sit back and say to themselves, damn, the justice system actually worked in this case. The government had the fact that some murders happened, some RICO stuff happened, and they thought just because they had that stuff that they could punish the rest of the motorcycle club. Punish people that had absolutely nothing to do with what happened back then. You got to remember, the feds have been after the Mongols for over a decade now. Over a decade of them throwing informants, throwing mud at anything they think that can stick. That's what they've had to deal with. And not only them, other clubs have to deal with this. Other clubs have to deal with the law enforcement going out there trying to find a crime that don't exist, and if it don't exist, go and make up stuff, because we know that's happened with undercovers before. There's been many instances where an undercover cop would go in and start something because he didn't have anything. How is he going to tell his bosses nothing is going on, and in the meantime, they don't get their budget for next year? So it's some slick stuff that some of these people try to pull on MCs, and it gives you a funny tickle bone, or a funny tickle in your side, whatever you want to say, when a motorcycle club actually does come on top. And again, I don't care who you support, but you should take the time to say thanks to the Mongols, thanks to all their attorneys for fighting this fight. Because if they didn't, And it didn't go their way in the first one where Judge Carter said, no, you can't have it. A lot of clubs that have a lot of issues right now. So think about that. Think about it real hard. Let me know what you guys say in the comment sections about this debate. Also, join the Throttle Club right here on YouTube. Just hit join. Super supporters, $3.99 and up. They are able to get members only exclusive content. 9:20 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday live. It includes China now. Rock on. And thanks for visiting Insane Throttle's YouTube channel. Don't forget, we have shorts as well. Check that out if you're in a hurry. Get an overview and watch the bigger video later. Also, don't forget to go over to Insane Throttle Wheels. Subscribe over there and listen in on Harley Davidson talk, motorcycle talk, everything going on in the scene. Rock on.